Look, I know you don't have time to exercise and eat healthy and focus on this all day, every day. Probably with your work, you have a lot of responsibility, you have a team to lead, you have things to get done, projects to finish. You also feel good momentum in your work, so you don't want to spend so much time on exercise and nutrition where you lose momentum in your job and you lose opportunity in your job. You might also have family, or you might have a relationship, and maybe you're moving in together right now, maybe you have kids. And I know you have a lot of things going on. I get it, okay? For me, it's the same. Like, it might look like on social media that I just eat and train all day, every day. And honestly, I wish I could do that. For me as well, I need to lead a team, I need to lead clients, help coach clients. I need to hire new people. I need to make sure the business runs. And the goal is, with vegancoaching.com, my company where we help vegans transform themselves, to make this the best program on the planet for everybody, not just for vegans. So by nature, I also don't have much time to optimize all these things because I want to build the business. I want to work on myself. I want to keep crushing it and learn new things. So I get it. I totally understand where you're coming from. However, I have found ways over the past few years working on myself and working with 1,000 vegans and busy vegans. I found a way we can get the results without having to spend much time. So let's dive in. Now I want to break this down into two parts, into the training part and into the nutrition part. What can you do in each of those that has you spend very little time while maximizing results? Now in the training part, I want to start with your training routine. If you want to see results and want to have the tone and fit look as a vegan, you need to weight train. I talked about this a lot in the past, so you probably know it by now. Weight training will build muscle, it's good for your bones, will increase your metabolism, makes you burn more fat, and obviously it gives you a toned and lean look. You don't need to train 6 times a week or even 5 times a week. You don't need to spend all day every day in the gym, become one of those gym rats that comes in his or her bag, like everything's prepared and you spend hours there. You don't have to do that. In fact, I was that, like just a few months ago, like maybe 6 months ago by now, I was training 4 or 5 times a week, 1 hour 30 minutes. I had to commute to the gym, I had to shower, so it was like a 2.5 hour process, 4 to 5 times a week. And at some point I've realized I don't want that anymore. You can train as little as twice a week and still see amazing results. That's what I'm doing right now. And how you can do that is with a full body routine. A full body routine, like the name already says, trains your whole body. And it's so powerful because it makes you hit each muscle group 2 times a week at least. And that's the minimum frequency you need to see results with your muscle gain and your toning. As long as you have that number, you'll be good. You'll be making progress, you're making gains. When you only train your muscle group once a week, obviously you still make progress, but not in an optimal way. So having a full body session twice a week, again, does a few things. You're only spending maybe 120 minutes a week, so 2 sessions of 60 minutes on exercise. You're training each muscle group twice a week at least when it comes to frequency. You can even get more time efficient because you can do supersets. So let's say you have one chest exercise, you can superset that with a back exercise, and because it's antagonistic muscle groups, you're saving time while you're making progress in the gym. So my sessions are a lot of exercises in there, but it's 60 to 75 minutes max, and then I'm done and I'm good to go. Now I also want to quickly touch on the structure of this full body session just for me personally. It might look a little bit different for you if you're a man or if you're a woman. That's obviously where coaching comes in. But for me personally, I have one push exercise. So it could be bench press, could be shoulder press. One pull exercise, could be rows, could be pull-ups, could be lat pull-downs. One quad exercise, so the front of your legs. So it could be squats. The hamstring exercise, so the back of your legs. So it could be leg curls, could be Romanian deadlift. Then shoulders, don't forget your shoulders, very important part of your body too. And then obviously arms, so biceps and triceps exercise. And then finish up with some ab work as well. And then you have your whole body included and you're done. And that's it. And you have stimulated enough growth for you to see muscle gain. Now, in addition to the full body strength sessions, what I'm doing currently is I'm doing cardio 2 to 3 times a week as well. Why am I doing that? Because usually I just sit and work on my laptop most of the day. I'm not really that active. I don't really run around a lot. I don't have an active job. I'm not on the go a lot. So I need to add some cardio in there so I'm not just completely sitting around all week and training twice. You can still crush it that way. You just gotta adjust your calories. But for me, I gotta move my body in some way. What I do 2 to 3 times a week, Zone 2 cardio training, aerobic conditioning is how it's called. And basically how it works is you jump on a bike or you jump on treadmill. You can also do rowing, and you do it for 30 to 45 minutes and you do 10 to 15 minutes intervals. So you do 10 minutes on the bike at the beats per minute at a heart rate from 130 to 150, which is the optimal Zone 2 heart rate you want to be in. Why the heart rate? Why Zone 2? Because that's the best heart rate where you're burning the most fat. Tested my heart rate and my fat burn, and what I saw when I did Muay Thai training, for example, I burned way more calories overall. In an hour, I burned like crazy amounts, like 1500 calories. Maybe in an hour biking, I only burn maybe 800 calories, right? I burned way more fat in my zone 2 training versus the boxing. You do 10-minute intervals, and then after the 10 minutes, you quickly do one of the exercises. So it could be like 20 push-ups, could be 20 pull-ups, could be ladder raises, whatever muscle group you want to prioritize. You just stop biking and you just do the exercise for 15 to 20 reps. Then you hop back on the bike. And what this does is it also stimulates muscle growth while you're doing cardio. So you're kind of counteracting the effect of cardio, where cardio might eat into your muscle mass. You're counteracting that by doing one strength training exercise in between. So 30 to 45 minutes, 10 to 15 minute intervals, keep your heart rate at 130, 150 BPMs, and do that twice a week. And you have 4 trainings a week and you're absolutely crushing it. You don't need to do it, but that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm able to stay lean while I'm constantly traveling. And if I'm honest right now, I'm not cooking at home. I'm only eating out, which is kind of a bad habit. I need to work on that. But I'm able to eat out every day, travel, meet with friends, eat out with friends, and still stay lean. It's because of this structure, because of the cardio and the full body training. Now, last thing when it comes to training, if you want to optimize for that, if you're a busy individual, for me personally, I can make my own schedules. How I do it, I do my deep work in the morning, like 7 to 11 a.m. Then I go my workout. So between midday, when usually there's a slump, I like to work out to overcome that slump. And then after I come back, I have my first meal, and then I work the rest of the day. So if you can do it, I highly recommend midday workouts to overcome the midday slump. If you cannot do that, then maybe having your workout right in the morning might be the right idea. Evenings, I'm not a big fan of. If it only works for you, that's fine, but that's how you can structure your workouts. If you want, you can only have it twice a week, full body, and you'll be fine. If you add cardio, you'll be crushing it even more. But that's when it comes to the training part. Now, the biggest lever for your transformation, for your fat loss, for your weight loss goals as a busy vegan is your nutrition. So you can train as hard as you want. If your nutrition is not on point, you won't be making any progress. So a simple strategy that has you lose the fat without spending that much time on your nutrition is actually intermittent fasting. So contrary to popular belief, you don't need to eat 6 times a day and have all these small meals to optimize results. Hell no, like who has time for that? Who can prep 6 meals a day? No one. So what I do is I don't have breakfast. I eat my first meal at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. And what this allows me to do is obviously skip breakfast prep, focus on work, get stuff done, feel more focused, have more energy. It might sound weird, but funnily enough, when you fast, you have more energy, you have better focus because your body's kind of like in a survival mode. And then when you did a lot of good work, then you can reward yourself with your first meal. And that first meal at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. should be something more light, but very high protein. This could be protein smoothie, protein wrap, some tofu or seitan tempeh. It could be a salad. Have it be high protein, so a solid amount, like 60 grams plus, but have it be not so heavy, like potatoes and rice and all of that. Try to avoid that. And what this does is it keeps you satisfied, energized, and guess what happens now? The rest of the day is super simple because you have so many calories left open. And if you want to lose fat, you need to stay within a calorie framework. I talked about this before. And what intermittent fasting allows you to do is it helps you save calories for later in the day, not spend all of them early in the day, and then have most of them for dinner. Because for dinner, you can then eat out with friends, with colleagues, have whatever you want. Just make sure you get in your protein. So if you're a busy vegan, intermittent fasting and eating meals later on in the day, second half of the day, is gonna be the biggest lever and game changer. I've done it, a lot of clients have done it, and they are crushing it. And fasting might sound a bit scary for you, but you will get used to it. The first 1 or 2 weeks will be a bit tougher because your body has to get used to the hunger feeling. If you feel a lot of hunger and appetite early in the day, have caffeine because caffeine is appetite suppressant. I try to have some sparkling water as well, which will lower my appetite and keeps me full. And honestly, after 1 or 2 weeks, you're getting used to it, you will love it. You'll be so productive at work in the morning, then you have a light lunch, maybe then you have a snack like a smoothie, a protein shake, and then you have a big feast for dinner, and you can have whatever you want really as long as you hit your protein. So if you combine these 2 things, the training method I just shared with you, plus the nutrition, you're spending maybe 2 to 3 hours a week on training and maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day on nutrition, and that is it. No need to meal prep every single week, no need to spend hours in the gym, no need to spend hours showering and commuting to the gym, no need for that. You can crush it. And if you still say I'm too busy with this strategy, then it's just an excuse, because it's possible. I've done it, a lot of busy clients have done it, and if you look at successful entrepreneurs, business owners, they all make it a priority, because if you don't make health a priority now, it will become a problem in the future.